What's up, everybody? It's Jordan, and welcome to the Sports Behind Show. And as crazy as it sounds, the NFL draft is this month. There's lots of sleepers in this year's draft class, but one player I want to be talking about in particular is Central Arkansas running back Shunderrick Powell. Powell, to me, is not only one of the most underrated running backs in this year's class, I think he's arguably the most underrated player in this year's NFL draft. Powell was phenomenal this year for Central Arkansas, having over 160 rushing attempts for 1,334 rushing yards to go along with 14 rushing touchdowns. He averaged 8 yards per carry. He had 36 receptions this year for 318 receiving yards and 3 receiving touchdowns. Shunderrick Powell had 6 games this season of having 140 rushing yards or more. Powell is a big play machine. He had runs of 42 rushing yards, 55 yards, 59 yards, 62 yards, 63 yards, 64 yards, and 2 different carries of 81 yards this season for Central Arkansas. According to Pro Football Focus, a whopping 62% of Shunderrick Powell's rushing yards this season came from rushes of 15 rushing yards or more. Powell is not getting talked about not near as much as he should be, and the only reason I can figure out why is because he played at a small school like Central Arkansas. But when you look at his only game this season against the FBS opponent, against Arkansas State, he had 15 carries for 176 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. And go back to 2023, he had over 1,000 rushing yards, 6 rushing touchdowns, averaged 7.5 yards per carry. And in that year, he played Oklahoma State, where he had 12 rushing attempts for 71 yards, averaging 6 yards per carry. Shunderrick Powell has proven that he can play against higher competition. Powell has been a phenomenal playmaker these last couple of years for Central Arkansas, and he's had at least 1,000 rushing yards each of the last 3 years. In his 2022 campaign, he had over 1,500 rushing yards, averaged nearly 7 yards per carry, and had 18 rushing touchdowns. And Shunderrick Powell's incredible collegiate career, he's had 12 different games of having 150 rushing yards or more. Powell has been one of the most consistent and best running backs in college football these last couple of years, and that helped him get an invite to the Hula Bowl, where he met with 23 teams at the Hula Bowl. And at his recent pro day, he met with the 49ers, Saints, Patriots, Eagles, and Broncos, teams he already met with at the Hula Bowl. So Shunderrick Powell is getting some NFL interest, but in my opinion, not nearly as much as he should be getting. I think he honestly might end up being one of the biggest steals in this year's draft. It seems like every single year there's a running back drafted late in the draft who ends up having a really good rookie season. And I would not be surprised at all if this year in Central Arkansas running back Shunderrick Powell. This year's running back class is absolutely loaded with talent, with Ashton Jeanty, Amario Hampton from North Carolina, Trevion Henderson from Ohio State, Judkins from Ohio State, and several other players as well. It's unfortunate that Shunderrick Powell is not getting mentioned as one of the top running backs in this year's draft class, and I would not be surprised at all if Central Arkansas running back Shunderrick Powell ends up being one of the best running backs in this year's draft class. That about does it for this video. If you're new to my channel or you've seen my videos before, make sure to like this video and hit the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time on the Sports Behind Show.